Hi people, once again, karibuni sana kwa channel LAM, Relationship and Marriage. This is where we bring to you content on relationship, on marriage, the things that happen there in the relationship and even in marriage, and what you can learn from people who have been experienced in this relationship and even in marriage. And I want to say that my name is Anne Goge, and I've been married for the last more than 25 years. And therefore, it is very, very important to say my experience in the marriage life and what I have seen as a burden, as a problem, as a stressing factor in the marriage journey. And today, I want to share with you a very special topic. And I want you to join me in this topic. What can I change if I was to marry today? It's a challenge to discuss about that topic. But anyway, I've gone through this marriage and I have a lot which I can share with you guys on some of the things I've learned in the many years of marriage. What can I change if I was to marry today? One, I think when we were introducing this channel, we discussed how we met, and we told you people that we came from near each other. Kwetu na kwa my husband, we are about 100 meters from each other. And therefore, if I was to marry today, I cannot marry near my home. I cannot marry my neighbor. Why? Why am I saying this? Let me tell you guys. When I got married, I was a young girl. I think I was 20 by the time I got married. And it happened that in my home, there was a lot of fights, a lot of quarreling, and everybody in the village knew that home was a home whereby there was a lot of poverty and there was a lot of quarreling. So when I married my husband, their home, they never used to quarrel, they never used to argue, they never used to have those things that in our home there were. And therefore, when I got married, the first thing I was attacked with was family. My husband's family knew about my family, about quarreling, about poverty, and therefore, they could look at me with like, who are you? You are just a girl from this poor family that keeps on quarreling. And I remember my husband telling me, Ariurizwa, why are you marrying in that home where there is always quarrel? So if I was to tell my children today, don't marry near your home, because the problems of your home will be brought to you in your marriage. So this brought a lot of antagonism between me and the family of my husband. They could not accept me because they knew I had come from a family that fights, a family that was poor, a family that was known for all the bad things. And therefore they thought I am coming to their home with all the problems in our home. I faced a lot of rejection, and it was too bad that at one point I got depressed. I got so stressed, and I cannot imagine someone going through what I went through. So if I was to change, or rather, if I was to marry today, I wouldn't marry to people who know me, ama who know my family, ama who knows our weaknesses, ama who knows our strength. So that is one factor I would change if I was to marry today. The second factor that I would change if I was to marry today, and you're going to comment there and tell me what you can change if you're to get married today. The second point is that I would learn to let the man, I think, take over. Because the reason why I'm saying this is because I've told you I came from a broken family, and therefore most of the times I learned to rely on my own. That means I could rely on my own in school, I could not be given enough pocket money, and therefore the little I could be given was the one I was economizing and learning to really be a planner in whatever I have. So when I entered marriage, I could not be able to ask for anything from my husband. And that has got disadvantages, because if this man is the type to take advantage, he will really take advantage of you, and you will carry all the burdens of the house, from buying food, from paying rent, from paying school fees for the children. I'm not saying I went through this, but I can tell you, if you marry a person who can take advantage, he will really take advantage when you are so reliable, you are so independent, you are not asking for anything. Because I learned to work hard, right from when I was young. Because in this home that was so dysfunctional, we had to provide food for ourselves. So I learned to go to dig for people and buy unga so that we can feed in the family. So it's like I took responsibility of a family when I was very young. And this, I went with it in marriage, and it made me to learn how to rely on myself without asking my husband for money or for anything. So if I was to marry today, I would really rely on that man. I will not take the baggage to myself, because actually I started doing business so that I could be able to support my needs and even my children's needs. And that way, okay, I'm not saying it brought quarrels in the family, but it really drained me, my strength, my energy, my social life. I could not socialize because I was busy with the businesses. I was busy trying to develop, because I had taken the mentality that I want to come out of poverty, and therefore I had to work hard. So I learned how to work hard very early. And this has got advantages too. Though I am saying I can change it, it had the advantages of making me to be very conscious in developing myself, in developing the family, in sitting together with my husband so that we can grow each other, grow ourselves, develop ourselves, and that is how we came out of poverty. But it has the disadvantage of the fact that if you marry a man who can really leave you with all the burdens, he will do it. So that is one thing that I would change if I was to marry today. What is the third factor that I would change if I was to marry today? If I was to marry today, I would create more time for myself, more time for social life, more time to be with friends, because it's like when I got married, because I have said I came from a dysfunctional family, I wanted to work hard and come out of poverty. So I engrossed myself alone, working hard. I had no social life. Most of the times I was trying to do business, trying to develop myself, trying to work hard, and therefore I neglected the social life. Now it's the time now I'm trying to come back to social life, and it is very, very important to develop your financial side and also your social life, and create time for yourself and your friends. Very, very important in life. So because I'm advising the young people that are there, even though you are doing business, even though you are developing yourself in terms of finances, it's good to create time to have friends, to have social life, because in this earth, hakuna rehearsal. You are living this earth once, and therefore it's good to enjoy yourselves, to enjoy your life, to be happy, to have friends, to socialize, and also to develop yourself. Balance between all that so that you can have a whole life. That is something else I would change if I was to marry today. What else would I change if I was to marry today? I think I don't have anything else I would change, but in the comment section you can tell me what can you change if you're married and you have stayed in that marriage for quite some time. What would you change if you are to marry today? By the way, about the children, I have 4 children and I would not change anything about them because I love being with the children. Actually, if I was to change something, maybe I would have added children. If I can reverse the times and get married today, because I love being with the children, I love bringing up children, I love the family life, and therefore maybe I would add children if I was to marry today. Yeah. I would make maybe because my children wanafuatana sana, I would give them a gap and be able to have children even up to today. But now that one is imepitwa na wakati, so there is nothing I can do. So kindly comment down there what you can change if you are to marry today. If you have enjoyed the video, kindly subscribe, comment, share and like. See you next time and God bless.